Happy 2024. I'm sure everybody's been waiting for season 2, and we're here. And we're here with my 2 men of 2024. No one else I'd rather be ringing in the new year with besides these 2.
Season 2, huh?
Season two.
I feel like we're like on Housewives or something.
When was that first one then? It must have been.
I think it was like last, I don't know, October, November.
Oh, so we're past our 1-year anniversary. When's the last time we did one?
I don't know. Should we like talk to the owner about not hosting an anniversary party?
There was no party this year.
I think we did it in the fall at some point. Our last one.
We just weren't. Yeah, we did Scottie's birthday.
So that was probably September-ish.
Yeah.
No, really? That's the last time we did one?
Yeah,
it's been
there was
a bit.
some bumps. There was some bumps in the road.
Yeah. Because my birthday is end of August, so it was probably around September.
We did our 40 swap.
That was a fun show.
That was a great time.
Yeah.
So I guess what's actually really sad now that we're talking about birthdays is we had a birthday. I guess it's just overlooked.
Who's?
Our Sagittarius friend.
Oh, Michael Batch.
me.
Michael Batch.
Michael Batch.
Michael Batch.
Happy birthday, Michael Batch.
Yeah.
You made it another year. Cheers.
Yay.
We're starting off right with the water.
Yes.
Accountability coach.
Yes.
Because for you, it's dry January, right?
Dry in terms of what? Like humor?
Never dry January.
Dry would be like going to the UK and getting their wit and humor.
Dry.
He just had like 3 beers.
No, I had 2.
Whatever. Same.
By the way, that's the dumbest thing ever.
I knew you were going to have something to say about that.
No, it's just like, oh, I'm going to quit for January. It's like,
Why?
no, man, just like, I don't know about you. The last time I quit drinking, like for a long period of time, like a long period, it was.
What are we counting as a long 2
I think-
days?
No, it was like 10 days. And,
Okay.
Oh, it was one that was 14.
That's like a cleanse. Mike went on a cleanse.
And when I got back, I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, it's kind of like, I think if you went a whole month.
Kicked your butt.
Well, no, I mean, when you get back, you just get right after it. You know what I mean? I think it's better to do a damp January.
Oh, just a little.
Yeah, you
kick back
scale back a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't, for me, I'm like, maybe like you end the year like dry. Like, I just feel like starting a new year.
How could you get through the holidays without booze?
Okay. Well, speaking of, I think there was a lot of booze needed for the holidays because it brought a lot of, as Mike and I would say, retrograde problems.
I think I even texted
Mike, do you want to start with your retrograde problem?
No. It was just,
Yeah, bring it up. Like, we love it. A little Mercury messing with your mind.
Well, no.
What happened?
So, you know how like Nancy, our friend Nancy.
Yes.
Lyndsey, they're always talking about this horoscope stuff, right?
Mercury retrograde.
Don't act like Scottie's not on board.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm on board.
No, but
you know?
Nancy does speak to us a lot about it.
Yeah, and Han's
Okay,
mother,
and
you
not
do.
for nothing,
But
Batch,
you do
Batch
too.
didn't believe in this.
That's
right?
not true. I always believed in it. To a
When
certain
I was like,
extent.
Mercury retrograde, you're like, nah, nah, nah. And then every time there's one, he's like, is it Mercury retrograde? He'll get those like rando texts and he's like, it's got to be
we
here.
talk about it when like just life just feels banana land and then it just everything feels crazy. Then I'm like, is it in retrograde? And then Nancy would be like, yeah, it is.
Well, do you have like a bunch of exes crawling out of the woodwork?
I did.
No.
Not a bunch, but
No.
I had a couple.
Okay.
No.
Anything you feel like sharing about?
It's not a big deal, and I was happy to hear from her.
Okay.
But I
Oh
had,
my God. Listen, all right.
well, no, it was just odd because my ex-wife had texted me on my birthday, and I hadn't heard from her on my birthday in I don't know how many years.
Really?
Well, she's
Like,
married now
Why
too.
does this happen? I don't understand.
It was just, I mean, I don't know. It could have been. I'm sure
That's so random.
it really was. And then of course I forgot it was her birthday on January 2nd, which I should have, you know.
How long do we keep this going with exes? Okay, like I want to end the year of exes, like ending it. Okay,
It was nice, but it was
like
just a
let's
surprise.
cut it. Like where does
When
the,
you
like,
break up, it stops.
it's like over.
Yeah.
Like, when does the happy Thanksgiving, like Merry Christmas, just got a Happy New Year message right now from somebody, like when does that like end? Is because that we all know it's a feeler text. You're the one that told me straight up a while ago, like a year and a half. You're like, oh, they're fishing. They're just trying to see if you're like gonna bite.
I do have to tell you this though. I did talk to one of my exes from years ago, like 2007.
I mean, I'm not sure why, but continue.
Just to be like, hey, how are you? Like, blah, blah, blah. You know, we have a lot of mutual.
I thought like Virgo's like past in the past.
We do. But like,
Okay.
you know, just like, hey, like, how are you? Like things, you know, it's been a long time. Then I get,
Are you single?
we have the phone call. Cool. Hang up. Got the text.
Are you single?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
No. The text was, I messed up and I should have made it right with you.
Oh God.
Okay.
2007.
2007.
Was it validating?
No, because I would never go back because he cheated.
I know, but like, did you at least feel like, okay, like,
I was
yeah,
like, thanks.
I don't know
but-
why it took like a couple decades for you to figure out I'm the best of
Yeah.
the best and that's your problem.
Like, thanks, but like, yeah, no. And you live in Florida.
I mean,
We know how you feel about Florida.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that.
I heard.
We heard a lot about going up the stairs today.
I'm not going to mention the names, but I did hear from 2 other ones too, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there was an array of text messages, and I like, again, you want to think that people can be nice and be like, hey, happy new year, like, hope you're doing well, but like, is there ever one of those messages that does not have something attached to it?
I think it's just so I had the urge to text a few too, and I didn't.
Okay, thank you, Jesus.
But
Thank
We all have the urge every once in a while.
Okay,
and-
For a little validation.
And hey, first, like, do I need to like be like one of those like AA people and be like, hi, I'm Lyndsey, I've texted an ex, like, I am on board, I understand.
We've all done it.
We've all done it.
Yeah.
But don't you get to a point where you're just like, I'm just gonna like slap myself instead? Like,
Yes.
I will just text Michael or something if I really wanted to text an ex, which I don't. There's really no exes that I'm interested. I'm at a point where it's like, why go backwards? What ex am I really interested in?
There is
to
one
be
that-
honest with you.
But sometimes it's just like when you're down in the dumps, you just want a little like,
wallow in your past.
yeah,
You want a little
and you want them to be like, you're hot, I miss you. And
No.
it's true, but it happens.
I'd rather have a stranger. Like, no,
But it happens.
it does.
Doesn't mean it's right.
Been there, done that. But like, I'm just saying, like, you get to a point where you're just like, ugh, no, like,
Yeah.
I don't want
It's
to
the wrong
hear
direction.
from you again.
I'm always curious. So like, there's one ex that I have, wicked nice girl, way too nice to have been with me, and she did really well after we broke up.
Okay.
No, really, she's doing really good. Like that one, I like to check in on. I don't text her, but
But like, what's the point of checking in?
because it's nice to see that she was a good person. It was nice to see that she was doing.
Okay, it would be.
It's validation.
I guess it would be one thing if you guys like
Plus,
remained.
I was an asshole to her. That's really good. So it's more like.
It's his penance. It's his 3 Hail Marys.
Well, no, you're like, oh, I'm so glad she
Full of
she
grace.
Really does,
Full of grace. Full of
she
grace.
really deserved a nice person. It's too bad she was.
It was,
with me for a while.
yeah, I'm so, I feel bad it was me. I mean, I think for me, it's like when you get the text, you're always like, there's a part of you that, yeah, you're like, oh, cool. Like you realized you missed out, but then it's always attached to something. Like it's never just a like, happy new year. It's like, hey, like respond back to me, give me the attention. And then you go back this cycle. Like, do we really need that to continue?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
But we do it for, I don't know, like
The roller coaster?
the wrong reasons.
Yeah, no, I'm off the roller coaster.
I didn't mind hearing from the ex-wife. I was like, hey, how's everybody doing? Everybody's fine. That was kind of the end of it. It was quick.
How often do
Yeah.
you talk to the ex-wife? Like randomly?
Every couple decades.
Well, no, we didn't. So
I know you guys are like civil, like you guys are chill.
I didn't talk to her for like 3 years, 4 years, and I heard from her last year. So about once a year, I'd say.
Okay.
Unless we go a couple years without it.
That's not bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong
I
with
just
that.
think if they're checking in and it's somebody that's single, like, you know, they're checking in to see if you're single, like whether it's a hookup, whether it's like, hey, like, where do things stand with us? Like, I just don't trust it. I already did the silly girl game that Batch is well aware. I was like, oh my God, they're thinking about me at 1 a.m. That's so sweet. Yeah. Over it.
I had somebody present a theory about me too, though, about this.
Oh, good Lord.
So because my ex-wife, she
She's getting a lot of airtime tonight.
She left me, whatever.
Yeah.
Done
How long have you been apart?
Oh, a long time, 15 years. So
Oh, okay.
she ended up with that guy for a little while, left him, moved to Florida, did all this other stuff. Then she ended up marrying this guy who I like. He's a good guy. So like she's happy and everything else. I feel like she's always, you can always tell she felt a little guilty about what happened.
Yeah, I think
So-
I'd feel guilty by like sleeping with the neighbor too, but
I think like she feels like she'd be off the hook if I ever kind of found somebody and whatever. And so my
okay.
friend was like, I think the reason you don't date is because if you ever found somebody and were happy, you'd let her off the hook. And this is just a long play at revenge. And
You're
I'm
playing
like,
a long game here.
and I'm like,
You're playing the long
that is dark. And I'm like, that's not true. I don't,
You're not that dark. You're not like that.
no. Plus,
It's
like,
been so long.
yeah.
You know?
Don't they know that you just like don't really like anyone?
No, it's not that. I'm just inept.
Like to like date.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
inept
you're
at
like, oh, I'm not gonna date.
He's
him,
just a
whatever.
dink. Like he doesn't want to date anyone.
It's not that. I'm just bad
He
at it.
does want to date people. We
I've
all
been
know
known.
who this
I'm
cover.
just bad at it. That's all.
We all are.
We all have our strengths.
Like, hey, join
Like
the
that song, "Bad at Love."
yeah, exactly. So I guess the thing is like with the ex thing is, what about like when your friends continue to be friends with your ex? Like, how do you guys navigate that?
Oh, I hate that.
I smile. I smile. That's okay. And then secretly, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I don't say anything because if you do,
You look petty.
you're a jerk.
Okay, yeah.
You're a jerk.
Um,
Well, I'm friends with my exes though, so it's fine. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, I'm friends with certain exes.
I have like mixed feelings on it. Like,
Depends on how it ended.
I think when
Yeah.
you're like you go through a divorce, like I do think people pick sides, and I think that
Totally.
is very difficult navigating. So I had a hard time with that. But like trying to date somebody,
Like with you, like I know you're divorced. So like,
Mm-hmm.
so someone, do you have like any friends that are friends with your ex?
oh, a whole bunch, yeah.
But you're okay with it
So like we have like,
because you have a real scenario of that.
I would say like our couple friends, so like that our kids are all friends. So like we
Okay.
would hang out in the neighborhood. So like there's a bunch of couples like in our neighborhood that our kid is friends with their kid. And so we all still hang out and like that is cool. But I will say there's also another scenario where I was really good friends with somebody and she decided to like go to his side and like cut me off. Other than that, everybody else is like a mixed bag and gets along and like
Yeah.
we do trick-or-treating together and like we do like family holiday parties at my house, all the couples and my ex. But
Wait,
like
which house were you? You don't.
In Chelmsford, right?
yeah.
Oh, that's the house you were in when you were married.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's 50-50. It's cool.
That's cool, but like I will say trying to date somebody and like if their friends are still friends with like his ex, I think it's a little bit like difficult like navigating when it wasn't like an established like this is like a new thing to me. So
Yeah.
like trying to make way in like a friend group and then them like being friends with the ex I think can be like
Yeah, but I mean,
difficult.
Let's be honest though. Couple friends are boring.
It depends on the couple.
I don't know. I take offense to that.
I don't know. Like, I mean, it's
It depends on the couple. Like if the couple's
not
fun,
all
or
of them, but like,
the couple
I-
can be fun. The couple.
I
can
just
be
went out
boring.
with you 2 weeks apparently as a couple.
no, I'm not talking about.
Oh,
that.
okay. All right. So like I was
No,
fun
no,
that
like-
night. Okay.
Like a lot of married couples. I mean, it can be fun, but generally, like,
I think you're stereotyping, but I hear you. Like you think like, oh, well, I think it's challenging when you're a single person and like my like couple friends, like the wives are like, oh, like I gotta hang out with my husband or like I have my kid. Like I think their availability and like being able to go out, yeah, is a little bit more tailored. It's not like aligned.
it's not all the time either.
That's why you told me I'm fun twice a year.
I never said that. But no, like,
But it's challenging because like if say like your spouse, male, female, whatever, likes the person and then they make the date, but you don't like the other partner, you got to suck it up, and it sucks.
I just remember.
So you're saying you'd suck it up.
I mean, I guess I would. I wouldn't do it over and over and over.
what if
Would you be around? So you met somebody, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're cool with their ex and they're like exes in their friend
No, I'm
group.
saying if you're married.
Okay, but I'm
and
just
then-
saying for you.
Yeah. go
Would
ahead.
you be cool like hanging out in your new dating person's friend group knowing that their ex is in the friend group? Is that cool for you or no? Are you like, oh, I wish there was a boundary? Oh, okay. There's a bad reaction there.
Maybe
Wait, wouldn't that be a little?
that's a lot.
That'd be a lot.
I mean, I could do it. I don't think I'd love it, but I could do it.
I think it would really matter on like the amount of time, right? So like,
Yeah, like if it was like a one-time thing, sure.
okay, so like let's say the person just broke up with them like 3 months ago and
Oh, that makes it even worse.
you're all going to hang out at a holiday
That
party.
makes it even
No, it's
worse.
just silly.
Oh,
If it
is?
was like a year later, I'd be like, sure.
But like the
Because
thing is,
time went by and no one
but
cared.
like, how do you navigate that? If your friends want to be friends with that person, like,
Well, let me ask you this: was that person part of the friend group before, or do they hold on to that person after?
Yeah.
no, this is all hypothetical, Michael.
Of course it is.
Okay. So let's just say like the person was friends before.
So if you're dating a guy
Yes.
and he was dating this girl and they had been part of the same friend group for a long time, then they break up, then there's nothing you can do about it. They're part of the same friend group. But
Right.
if you brought a girl in and then she became part of the friend group, when they broke up, they stuck her around, then your friends are being jerks.
So you're basically saying if the person was a friend before, like you got to go along with it.
If they were friends before,
You got to like play along with the group.
Like I had somebody dated within.
Yeah.
We had two people dated within our friend group, and I'm not like if this person's there or that person's there. I don't like. You have a problem with it? That's your problem.
Would it matter if like they didn't end on good terms?
No.
Okay. Okay.
That's on them.
Yeah.
So like you're just going to be neutral, you're going to be supportive and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on them though. If they,
Would you go on a second date to a holiday party and meet all the person's friends with their ex there?
Second date? No.
Oh.
You shouldn't meet
That
somebody,
changes?
You shouldn't meet somebody's friends till after a little while.
yeah, the first few days.
I love Michael Batch's timelines. Like a Michael Batch timeline of like when you meet children, when you meet friends, and when you probably have your first
Michael
Guinness.
Michael
It's
Batch is
amazing.
like Michael
Give it
Batch,
to me all.
Michael Batch, you first meet their kid. He's like 16 years old.
Well, no, I mean there's reasons.
He's
for
like,
bashing out
when they
for it
picked
all.
me up from the bar when I needed Uber on New Year's. Okay.
Stop
All
bringing
right.
up New Year's.
No, but I would say I wouldn't meet them. No, not that soon.
Okay.
I would
mean-
space it out a little bit.
Again, it all depends. Like
I mean, the thing is, you can't really space out a holiday party. A holiday party comes at a holiday party time,
Right.
you know? So you're either going or you're not.
I don't think I'd bring a second date to a holiday party
Really? Okay.
I don't think I would either.
because then you have to like, you wouldn't really be able to have that much fun. You have to pay attention to the.
Oh, you'd have to
And
pay
then you have to
attention
be like-
them.
No, but
You'd
like
have to
you're-
pay attention.
No, but you're like you.
But
tell
then
your
you have to
friends,
be
you're
like, this is so and so. This is so and so.
Are you
This is so
okay?
and
Well-
Is
so.
that break?
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
anybody
in-
talking to you? You
In
know.
fairness, I'd like to think like there's some people that can probably hold their own. Not that I'm like speaking from experience or anything.
It'd be too much pressure. A second date, no,
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Some people can hold their own, but
I mean, I don't.
can't.
I mean, you're talking to somebody that had to come in and talk about a trip to Bermuda like 3 weeks in. So I don't know.
Well, your timelines are like,
We're just like rolling dice, see what sticks for the 4-week mark.
you have like a fruit flies timeline. Everything has
Yeah.
to happen within 3
well,
days.
you're 0 F's given.
'Cause-
So
Well, no, like the thing is, like that's how I present, which is like super attractive to people until they get to know me and they realize like every F is given, and then they're like, I can't handle it.
then they realize you're crazy. Yeah.
They're just like, you're too like into this, but I think
What?
yeah, because he's trying to say like I don't care about anything, but I think like you and I both know like it's quite the opposite. I care about everything.
You do, but you try not to care about everything.
No, I think in the beginning I'm just like, I think the 3-day
Once you-
fruit fly like thing works really well for me because it's like in 3 days I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I
I
could
think
be in a
once you
love
get
bubble and
once you
wore
get
off.
into it, you're into it.
Yeah, but then like sadly, I could be not into
Well,
it
that-
in like a matter of 5 seconds.
But
It's
that's the Aries in you.
well, the thing is, it's relatable in the
What do
fact
areolas have to do about this?
Aries.
Oh.
Not Aries.
he can't help himself. Like my girlfriend
That's
says,
the Aries in you. Like
My-
you're either 100% in or you're 100% out.
I think I'm 100% indifferent. I don't know if I'm in or out, and so like eventually
You don't know till you're in it.
it'll have to play out. Like I
Yeah.
have to see what move they're gonna make because I don't know. It's like I've been redoing my living room for 6 months. And I've had maybe like 8 rug deliveries because I just can't pick one. I order it and I'm like, oh my God, this rug's gonna be awesome. I love it. It looks so good. And I get it and I'm like, nah,
Why are rugs coming back in
don't need
style?
it. Don't need it. Like, He knows there's no rug here, so like I don't even know why he's bringing that
So
up.
what do you do? Like
No, you
just
have that
you just
hard
like
wood-
return them and you're like, I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, like the relationships. Yes, Scottie, thank
They
you.
sit on the porch for about 6 months.
Actually,
Or that.
no. Okay, the package is sitting on the porch. I do have an update. There was a snowstorm, and so
They got wet.
landscaper guy, who dropped off the garlic bread and all of the flowers and everything, he actually was like, "Hey, just want you to know, like, I swung by and like plowed the end of your driveway for you."
No, that's
He
nice.
opened her up.
He is. He's a really nice guy, which
Did
is
you-
why
did
Batch
you
will
ever-
say I don't like him.
Did you ever get his
Is that the one that we talked about on the last podcast?
the one you stole his wet dry back?
Yeah,
No.
that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not the right person.
Oh, it's a different one. They all kind of blend together.
That's Coffee Date guy that I went to Bermuda with.
Oh, okay.
Landscaper guy, he like brought flowers, he put them in an Amazon box because
Right,
all my
like,
packages.
It's like 32, right?
I don't know why
He
like
was
we're
one of your-
outing people's ages
He was
right
one
now.
of your former student. You can tell she taught at Low High. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Listen,
I'm joking.
I don't need your scandalous. I have nothing to do with any of that.
That would. Awesome.
Okay, so there was another thing about like it doesn't have to be with exes, but like it could be. So there was a scenario that was relayed to me that somebody was sleeping and their like current partner heard them talking in their sleep.
Oh, I could top that one. Remember the story I told you?
And so they said a name in their sleep. And so their partner obviously questioned them in the morning and was like upset about it.
Is it
And
Rosebud?
no, I'm not outing anyone on this show. So what do you guys think about that? Like, because then the person was like, now I have to worry about what I say in my sleep.
Yeah,
like,
you can't be mad
I
about
think-
that.
No. An unconscious or subconscious comment? No.
okay, so like, let me take it like one step further.
All
Since
right.
we've been talking about like exes, friends, whatever. So like, let's say this person is still like in your stratosphere though. And
It's a dream. It doesn't.
oh, so dreams, like if your partner's dreaming about someone else, that doesn't bother you? If they're a real person in their life?
How would I even know that was happening?
Would they just talked about it?
Like
They
you,
were like-
like you were awake and they heard you say it.
Yeah, but you don't know what's going on in the dream. It could be.
Yeah, it could mean nothing.
Okay, what if they said
I would just,
blank
Probably
and something
tease them
about their
more.
private parts?
I think you can't hold that against somebody.
yeah, I would just. Tease
Okay, and
I
then
would
they
tease them
continue
for
to
it.
hang out with that person? You're cool with that?
It's a dream. It's. No.
Okay.
You're not in your right mind. Honestly.
You're right. but-
You're not. Like when you.
Plus, it could be somebody else.
Listen, I'm not staking any claim in this. I don't have a horse in the race.
She would divorce him for it.
She slit his throat.
She slit his it. Totally.
That's what you guys think?
Oh, 100% you would.
I don't know that I like would, but
I think you'd punch him in the face.
no, because like I will tell
I
you
can see that. I mean, the wrong name having sex, it's the same thing.
Ooh, that's
That's
different.
never
That's
happened.
different. That's different.
that's never
I
happened.
did it to somebody once.
You said the wrong name.
Yikes.
Ooh,
Ugh.
that's rough.
It did
Because you're conscious, so that's rough.
Well, we were fighting too when I was after. And I was
Did you do it on purpose?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so back to this, like in the sleep thing, like one of the scenarios that I was told, like the person just said a name that was not somebody she knew. It had been somebody like she'd been talking about previously, like with a group of friends. So like obviously that person just came in her head, like had nothing to do with, she hadn't been with this person, hadn't hooked up with this person. The other scenario is it's somebody that like the person had hooked up with and like said, you know, something about her having a great body or whatever. And they're going to continue to be friends and hang out with that person.
Just it's all dreams.
I don't know how I would feel about them continuing. I'm not mad that you say it in your sleep. Like, I don't want to like come after you
Yeah.
for that. But like, I think I might feel some type of way, like if you continue to hang out with that person. And I like,
What are you not? You'd be like, how come I can't hang out with you anymore because I had a dream? I mean, that's a little. I'd be like, yeah, see you later. That's too crazy.
oh, really? This is coming from the guy that missed one of his best friend's 40th birthday party because the person he was with didn't like her.
That's not what happened. She had cramps. It's different.
This is when Batch hates my memory so much.
I didn't go to her 40th because the girl I was with was sick. She had the cramps, the woman cramps.
Like her period?
No, like the bad ones. Like the bad one, the ones that gotta, what do you call that stuff?
Scotty,
Embryo.
he said that like she needed to go to like get substances. Okay, he's like
Like
making,
go to the hospital.
this is
Saying, I've already said it was the wrong move, but it wasn't because she didn't. It wasn't about her not liking her.
Batch was whipped. Yes,
No, it wasn't.
Danielle said she didn't like her.
Danielle didn't like her.
No, I think it was mutual.
No,
How long ago was this?
it was a long time ago. It was like
Wasn't
6 years ago, 7 years ago.
But like what Batch like doesn't like present to the world is like when he is with somebody, he is
filters it.
whipped.
Yeah,
He
filters.
is whipped.
I'm not whipped.
When you're with somebody, that's why you won't be with anyone. Like you think I'm not on to your game?
That's not true.
It's very
The
true.
last time I was with somebody, I was not whipped.
I'll text Red and ask her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
We
she-
need
she
to call
thinks-
in. We need a live
Danielle
version
will.
here.
Danielle will.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she thinks that. But it'll be a secret.
Danielle will give us the true story.
Okay, so
Why are we talking about me again? What were we saying?
because you're on the show.
Oh,
Phone a friend.
Yeah, I know. I wish Danielle would. Okay. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't think like I'm a super jealous person, whatever. I'm just saying.
that's insane though.
Well, I'm just gonna wait for like 2 weeks after this airs, and then you call me up and you say, "Hey, you know what? I was thinking about that," and you're kind of right because it's happened a few times. I'm not saying that I'm like slitting anyone's throat
he'll
like that
never
you guys
say
are
that.
trying to say, or I'm like burning a place down. But like, I think I might feel uncomfortable about my partner going and hanging out with someone that they're like having dreams about. Yeah,
You got to get over it.
I don't have to get over anything, Batch. Like, if that's how you want to handle yours, you handle yours.
All right. I'm just saying. I think it would be kind of. I wouldn't. Instead of you can't hang out with somebody because you had a dream about them.
I never said you can't. I just said I'm gonna be uncomfortable. Like, are you?
Oh, all right. I'm like, all right. Well,
I'm
sorry you
uncomfortable
feel
about it.
uncomfortable.
I mean, you guys are like clearly more agreeable to things like that than I am. I don't know.
I'd be suspicious.
I mean, it would be.
Oh, okay.
but that's a little. Yeah.
Yeah,
it could be a
yeah,
little
it is suspicious, but like it wouldn't be a deal breaker.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
I never said a deal breaker. I don't know if it's because there's maybe things that like I've endured in other situations that might make me a little like suspicious or like, as the cool kids say, sus on things. But like, I think, yeah, my radar would be up. And I don't think that
Everyone's
I don't think
radar
That's a different way.
But everyone's radar would be up.
That's a much more reasonable way of putting it.
Yeah, but everyone's radar
I
would
didn't
be
say I was cornering the person saying you can't ever speak to them again.
That's,
You
that,
went
that's kind
that.
of how you were saying.
No, I just said it makes me uncomfortable.
All right.
Yeah, it would make me uncomfortable. Like,
Well, when you said it makes me uncomfortable if they continue to hang around with that person, it kind of
it would.
implied that you were going to then say you can't do that.
Because like, no, but if it's like somebody of the opposite sex and you're in a relationship and you're talking about them in your sleep, I'd be like, well, what's going on here?
Do people talk in their sleep a lot?
Apparently so.
I don't think.
Oh, all right.
Maybe your partners don't tell you, Scott, because they want you to keep talking.
I'm probably too busy.
What partners?
I know, right?
Well, sleepovers.
They don't tell me.
Exactly, because they're like, oh, I got the juicy stuff. I'm not telling him that he talks in his sleep.
I don't think I talk in my sleep.
Okay.
Do you think you talk in your sleep?
No,
I don't think I do.
I don't think I do.
I mean, we don't know because you don't.
Yeah, you don't know until you do it.
And
right?
then someone witnesses it.
Yeah,
And tells
and,
me.
and like, yeah, and calls you out on it.
I've
Yeah.
never been told that I have, but I have been told that when I was younger, I did sleepwalk.
Oh, okay.
But I was like really young. I don't think I've ever done it really since.
So,
All right.
you
That's
know,
another thing.
going back to
That's
like
scary.
red or whatever situations, like, you know, it kind of brings me to like the last kind of like layer with exes is like we talked about if the friend group stays friends with the ex. But like what if the person you're dating stays friends with their ex? Do you feel some type of way? Do you set boundaries? Or are you just like, I'm gonna swallow it, it's all good, like I'm just gonna navigate it? What?
I think that if a friend wants to stay friends with the ex,
No, you like so the person you're dating is gonna stay friends with the ex, not the friends.
Oh, they become friends.
Yeah, so like you
Okay.
break up
Well,
and you're like,
I-
hey, like, you
Yeah,
know,
because there might be three-way potential.
is this because of what was said about roast earlier today?
Maybe.
Okay.
No, but really, like,
You got the UK vibes tonight?
yeah, I get the.
Okay.
it's a maybe, you know.
I wouldn't. That actually would be good because then you'd kind of. It would kill
You
the
have a
tension.
shoe in.
What do you mean?
If you're dating a girl and the ex is part of the friend group, and then they became friends, it kills the tension.
Okay, no, but I'm over the friend group. the person you're dating is friends with their ex still. They talk on the phone, they hang out.
Your ex or their ex?
They are friends with their ex.
Oh, that.
I'm like, dude, am I drawing a graph up here? What's happening tonight? I mean, you have to hang out with you've had to date somebody that still hangs out or talks with their ex.
Yeah, I mean, I would be uncomfortable, but you have to suck it up.
Yeah, just.
Do you like set any like boundaries or parameters?
Yeah, I'd be like, no sex.
No sex dreams. I'm gonna have them sign off on that contract.
You guys can hang out, you just can't have sex. No, I don't know. I think.
I think it'd be fine as long as they're just friends.
But how do you ever know? Are they just friends?
You don't. You have to.
Yeah, you gotta trust.
You just have to trust them.
Have you ever gone in someone's phone, Scott?
No.
Josh? No. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Lyndsey has apparently.
no, I said no. Batch and I have mutual friends with that they like to go on other people's phones or
I don't do that.
Phones.
I heard the craziest one lately. This, you know how you people have your little apples with their Face ID thing. The person was sleeping, and the guy.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Oh, like took her
Face ID
phone thing.
Yeah.
Face ID.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit right there.
Crazy.
Well, people before there was Face ID, like people would wait for them to be sleeping and they'd put like their thumbprint when they used to do that.
What?
Oh yeah, that was the
for
thing.
Apple, it was like your thumbprint. Before it was like your face
before
scan.
Face ID was.
You just needed like your finger or thumbprint. So they'd wait for the people sleeping and then they'd like put it on to open their phone.
I wouldn't feel that.
I'm a very light sleeper, so like I would be waking up. But like too, I think we've talked about this. If you have to like,
there's no thumbprint.
If you have to think out a plan of when I'm gonna get their fingerprint or Face ID to hack into their phone, I think there's a bigger problem here.
9,000%, because that means that you have a bigger issue.
I had somebody that used to want to use my phone all the time.
How do you have an Android? So how do you open the Android?
How do you use an Android?
I use a numeric.
It's just numbers. Yeah. It's not a face.
You can do it. I don't have it set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we have Apple. So.
I mean, the thing is, like, I'm dating somebody, and if they're like, oh, and I'm like, hey, like, this is on my phone, and I go and show them, I don't feel any type of way about them having my phone.
This is one of those things where, like, nobody should have.
Although, do you remember when I was talking to somebody, and then, like, they were trying to, like, help me with my Wi-Fi, and then they're like, see, you're laughing, because you know what I'm going to say, and they're like, oh, let me, like, see your phone, and then, like, I don't know, they started going into, like...
Yeah, they found something.
They were like, oh, like, why do you have, like, these people blocked? And I was like, why are you looking at my, like, blocked... I was like, I thought
they got there fast, too.
I know, remember that? Because I, like, called...
So they went into, like, the dirty... Like, not the dirty, but they went into, like, the secret part first.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, I will put it on a billboard who has blocked in my phone. I don't care. Like, that's not to me like anything special. But I did think it was just a little weird because, like, for me, I don't have a problem with anyone looking at my phone. I'm dating somebody, they look at my phone. I don't care if he looks through it. Like, I'll just be like, hey, look at this recipe. I'll hand him my phone. He could go in the other room. That's not bothering me because otherwise I wouldn't be with him if I thought it was. But
there's so much there that you can, like, you know. I wouldn't want somebody looking at some of the text messages I send back and forth. Not because
like, it's anything about them, but like, yeah, like it's like intrusive.
I just don't want to have to explain myself because it's not their business and I'm not doing anything wrong.
They'd be like, why are there so many Family Guy? What is all this? What is your obsession with Family Guy and Dan Toop?
Yeah, totally.
See, like that's a weird thing because like. One of the people that
we haven't done that in a bit.
No, we haven't.
One of the people I was talking to in the UK, he only would send like Simpsons like memes, and I was like,
"That's stupid."
Simpsons, like, who's even like?
Is that even still
relevant anymore? I don't even.
Do they still make them?
No, they make new Simpsons.
Yeah, it's been going.
It's been like 30 years.
I'm like, their kids don't even know what the Simpsons are.
South Park's going on 30 years.
No, I didn't even know that was still on.
Yeah, these things just go on and on.
I don't know. So, anyways, back to the whole.
You can't get rid of it.
Still there.
Is there something you're looking to tell us, Michael?
No.
He's starting off the new year in a certain way. I guess
we got to take him to urgent care later.
We'll get him a prescription. I guess like the thing I was just saying is like somebody's like, hey, I'm still good friends with my ex. I think it's a little bit different for me because I share a child with somebody. So like the first thing, like when I'm dating people or on dating sites, like I'm like, the good news is like I'm good friends with my ex. Like we have a good thing, but like also like he's at my house a good amount.
Well, see, that's different. 'Cause if you have an ex-husband, obviously, you should expect them to have a good relationship.
Oh, I don't think so. I think most people that have like ex-husbands, ex-wives, it's like nasty.
Well, they have kids, though, I'm saying.
It nasty.
But that's it.
Do you
I mean,
get
you're talking to a therapist who has to deal with
But
two
that's kind of
parents that like
that's
won't
a little
even
bit of a red
talk.
flag, though. If you've got a bad relationship, if you have a kid,
Yeah.
and you have a bad relationship with one of your exes, it could be a red flag.
I have
Do
to tell you,
you-
it's like 85% normal.
do you get along when he is with someone? Do you get along with them, or have you never met them?
Oh, he's been with someone long term that comes for holidays. I've met her mom. Like,
You're good.
yeah, like I treat her like she's my daughter's stepmom.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And he's nice to you.
My ex.
Yeah.
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 But it's like
And does it?
it's work.
But does he also still get along with your family?
With my family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're
So,
cool. Like if you have like
him and
if you have
his-
like a family like dinner or birthday party, it's all good.
Him and his girlfriend have been invited over for Easter. They come over for trick or treating with all of
Oh,
our
cool.
friends in the neighborhood. I
So
have a
it's-
house
it's
in
a-
Maine. They've been like invited to come up there. My parents know her.
Yep.
We all went to her cheerleading competition together. So like, no, it's good. But I have to tell you, like,
They have a family dart team.
it's like not the norm. But
It's
like,
your modern day family.
yeah, but I will say like it would probably be like really difficult for like maybe like my ex-husband to like wrap his head around like me having a more serious relationship because he's used to coming and going in my life. Like, you know, today he like stopped by the house
In and out,
to get
yeah.
her off the bus. And like I don't have any problem with that. Like I'm super like flexible. Batch also knows he can come and go as he
That's it.
pleases. So I think that's different, but I think if I was to like let's say get a serious boyfriend and like let's say they were to move into the house, I think that would really change dynamics. I think
Yeah,
it'd
you'd have
be
to kind of.
challenging.
Yeah, you'd have to put some.
It's an adjustment.
Yeah, I mean my daughter comes first, so like it hasn't gotten to that point with anyone where it's like I kind of keep things separate.
You'd wear a bell.
Ding 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 ding.
But I think that like now just starting to date, right? And like if you meet somebody and they're like friends with their ex, I think it can be intimidating. I think you can like feel some type of way about like them in their past or like I had someone say to me the other day that they couldn't like book a vacation somewhere because they had been there with their ex and like their new girlfriend was like, I don't want to go somewhere you've been with your ex. Like I do think like those things come up with like
Yeah, they do.
I can see that.
exes.
Yeah, that comes up.
I mean,
Although I don't think I've ever dated anybody that's friends with their ex. Well, somebody with a kid, they were kind of like they were talking to them, but they didn't.
but it's like funny because I think I circle back to like a long time ago when you used to bring up someone that like I was speaking with and I'd be like, I wanted to be friends with him. And you're like, why? Like, you shouldn't really necessarily want to be friends with your ex. It should just be kind of done. But now we're kind of saying like, oh, like if you're friends with your ex, like it's cool.
Well, I think it's
It depends how it ends.
plus ex-husband's different. I think ex-husband and you have kids is different than just an ex. Like ex-boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it's good to be friends. Yeah, like you said, it depends on if they how things ended.
Yeah.
How they treated you.
Because I know people like their exes, and even if they're married, not married, there's some that will not speak, and there were some who are friends. They're just like we don't want to be together anymore,
Yeah, and I think that's fine.
and
I
that's
think,
okay.
You know what I think?
They're
is,
better
like,
off friends than
You
partners.
know what's like I think move point for me is if I started dating someone and they were friends with their ex, if they tried to keep that person really separate and like never wanted us to cross paths or like, you know, I feel like they were like keeping things secret, like that would make me feel some type of way. But like if the ex was like, you know, openly calling them or FaceTiming and I'm like there, or they are ever like, oh hey, like I want to like meet you and Lyndsey out, like that, I think that's different. Whereas if like the person's kind of like keeping like that, I guess would make me feel a little sus, as Batch would say.
I will tell you this. I do have a family member on a distant side. She married this man. He has 2 kids. They have 1 kid together. Her best friend is his ex-wife. And they do everything together. And it's wicked unique that they
Well,
are.
I mean, like you said, I think if you end
Yeah.
on good terms,
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I was the weirdo. Like when I got divorced, I was like, oh, like Sean, do you like want to move next door and like we can like go on like vacations together? And like he was like, I don't think so. I think if you can do that, like that's the best thing for kids, right? You know, being like a therapist that I have to hear people be like, my parents like won't even like go to my wedding because they don't want to be in the same room. Like that's unfortunate. So I think like that's cool. And I honestly like I think if you can become friends with the person's ex, like the mother of their kids, like cool, power to you.
You know, I think it's harder. And this is just not just with couples, but with friends. It's like when they get an annoying dog. And I'm not talking about. I'm like, is there anyone specific we're outing here right now? Well, so it's not my friends got a poodle a couple of years ago. I'm not talking about this dog at all. But years before that, there was a friend of mine. They got a really big dog. They had never had a dog before, and it was a lot for them to handle. And it was just like going over there used to be fun when this dog was there.
Then it wasn't.
Yeah, and like. You meet a good girl, and then you go to their house, and they've got a shit dog. You got to kind of take that into consideration. Like this hasn't happened, but I would bring up a girl if they had a bad dog.
Yeah, but like for you, like all this makes me think of, and I don't even want to say it out loud, is you being like they had a shit kid. Like
same thing.
Well, that's true. No, it is.
But like, it's funny because like I don't know if we've talked about it, but like I mean Jackie, like you know, she doesn't want to have kids, so like. You know, having a best friend that like, you know, she never want to have kids and I respect her opinion. So I think sometimes like when I'm talking on the phone and like my daughter's like, you know, gibbering and being, I'm like, all right, I know you're probably getting annoyed. I have to go. Like I'll hang up because I don't want her to get that annoyance of like, God, like, why is it so loud back there? Or like, there are things that I'm like, oh God.
Well, I guess so. I've never run into anybody that had a shit kid.
Thanks.
And I've never.
Thanks for the compliment, Michael.
Well, no, but I'm just like, no, I've been very lucky. The people that I know that have kids in their lives, the kids are great. Sometimes you like the kids
more.
Yeah, and
that's him coming over and delivering bagels this weekend and playing on the iPad with my daughter. Her teaching him a drawing thing on the iPad, and he was like, "I have to go," and then like 20 minutes later, he's like, "This is really cool." Well, I was like, he likes Thea better is basically what he's saying.
Michael is a big softie when you bring him down.
Oh, I don't need to bring Michael down. I know he's a softie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
squishy.
If you had,
he would if she said come over and hang out and have dinner with me, he would do it.
Oh, he wanted to get her off the bus one day when I asked him to, and then I was like, oh no, I'm all set. He's like, I really wanted to embarrass her.
Oh, I had a great idea.
Go ahead and tell him.
I was gonna have a sign for her when she got off the bus, so all the kids would, like be embarrassed. I mean, she'd be embarrassed for all the kids.
Like he wanted to hold a sign, like he's like at the airport, like the chauffeur.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if she would get it because like I don't know if kids would even understand that.
Well, she doesn't know the 80s movies.
Yeah, but like he really wanted to do that.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, like, if, you meet a nice girl, you go to the house, and there's this like rat dog or whatever, like it's a bad dog. I mean, it's you have to like the dog, and what if you're not a dog person? What if you're not? You really have to consider I don't know if it's on the dating apps or not, but whether you have a pet or not really should be there.
I mean, you and I have talked about this, and I showed pictures. Like,
do you have animals?
Yeah, I have a dog.
You have a dog, right?
Yeah, Michael has to come over and take out whatever the dog has brought in, whatever animal the dog's. That's Michael's job.
I have a llama, a Cali llama. That's my pet.
No, I just think like I know what you're saying, Mike. Like if I've been at a guy's house and like their dog
Cali
is like
llama.
slobbering on me, it's like ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Or bad cats.
Well, on the dating apps, I think I've told you, like, if there's a bunch of pictures with the guy like curled up with his cat, like it's just not for me. It's plenty for some other person, but it's not. I'm not getting after that cat. No, thank you.
Oops.
Oh, all right. I think is that our alarm?
Yeah, but we can do whatever you want.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get into the UK tea story. We'll save that for next.
The what?
My UK travels and when I went on my first ever tea date.
Shouldn't we have
probably my last ever tea date? You know what? Why don't we bring some tea next time, and we'll talk about the tea date over some tea
and some roast.
we're not getting after the roast.
No,
Sorry.
we can have a spit roast.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure why we're bringing that on this language. This is a PG show, Michael. All right. Well, if you guys want to say your goodbyes to our first episode of season 2,
I can't believe we're doing this a year already.
you were renewed. Congrats.
How many episodes have we done?
I don't know how many have we done.
I don't
I think we started in the spring, right? Does that seem right?
Well, we started
Like meaning like the three of us.
Oh, you mean when you replaced people?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I started in the spring.
Replacement. Who knew Scottie didn't even know who he was replacing?
I didn't know.
well, we've had a lot of people on.
A lot of replacements.
One
we
of
had to go through.
your friends, Sue, came on. She was